In the previous video, I showed you how to find out the highest common factor between two numbers. Now it's your turn to have a go. Try to find the highest common factor of this and this. Okay. Remember, in order to answer this question, try to write this number as a product of primes. So all numbers can be written as a product of primes. So this one here, you could also write this as a product of primes. And then once you're in this state here, you can start to somehow get to the highest common factor. So anyway, do what you had to do. Find the highest common factor of this and this. Okay. So press pause and have a go. Okay. Press pause and have a go. Okay, so let's try and express this as a product of primes. So let's try and break it up here. I could use a 2, but I'm going to use a 10. 10. I just have a feeling 10 is better. So here 10, we can break up a 10 as a 2 and a 5. Now 27, that appears in one of the tables, so it should be 3 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, so now let's break this up. We well, because of this 5 here, I'm going to try and break it up as a 5 times something. So let's do 10395 divided by 5. So 10 divided by 5 is 2, and then 3 here is too small. Jump to the second one. 39 divided by 5 without going over would be 7. Okay, 7 times this would be 35, so remainder is 4. So 45 divided by 5 would be 9. So yes, this number does divide 5. So we can visualize this number here as 5 times 2079. Okay. So now can we break this up? Well, hang on. I'm going to try a 3. It's just a guess. It's a hunch. I'm just going to guess a 3. If a 3 doesn't divide, then I would probably jump to a 7. It won't be a 5 because of the 9. If 7 doesn't work, I would jump to 11. But let's try 3. I'm going to jump to a calculator, I think. Hang on. So 2076 divided by 3 equals 6. So yes, it does divide 3, and it's so you can say 2079. That's the same as 3 times 693. Okay. Because of this 3 here, I'm going to try and use a 3 again. So let's see if we can visualize 693 as 3 times something. So let's divide it by 3. See if that gives us a whole number. Yes, it does. So 231. So we can visualize 693 as 3 times this number here. So I'm going to try and divide it by 3 again. See if that works. So hang on. Divided by 3 equals. Yes, it does work. 77. Now 77, we know it would be 7 times 11. There, we've just broken up this number here as product of primes. Okay, so let's write this down. Hang on. So 270, we could write 270 as 2 times. Let's do it in order. 2 times 3 times 5 times 9. Okay, so these are the building blocks of 270. Now let's have a look at this number here, 10,395. So we can visualize this number as a 5. I'll try and keep it in order actually. As a 3 times a 3 times a 3 again. Hang on. And then times a 5 here. And then times a 7 times 11 here. Okay, 7 was here. So this first number here, these are the building blocks of the first number. These are the building blocks. Okay, and these are the second. Well, these are the building blocks of the second number. Now we want to find the highest common factor. So common means what they've got in common. Okay, so let's see what they've got in common here. There's a 2 at the top. There's a building block of 2 at the top, but there's no building block of a 2 at the bottom. So here what's in common is the 3. Okay, so we can look at the 3 here. So that's one block that's in common. Look at this here. The 5 is in common here because 5 is in top and bottom. So 5 is in common. You've got a 9 at the top, but you don't have a 9 at the bottom. And you got a 7 at the bottom, but you don't have a 7 at the top. And again, 11's at the bottom, but not on the top. So if you want to know the highest common factor of this and this, look, well, 3 is actually a factor that's in common between the two. And you could say 5 is also a common factor. But 3 and 5 are not the highest. The highest would be, well, start combining the 3 and the 5. The highest is 15. Okay. Yeah, just because the highest is 15. If you have another, I don't know, another block that's 9 here, then you have that in common, and then you can start combining the 3, 5, and the 9 as well. But as a 9 is not there, we've only got 3 and 5 to play with. And if you merge a 3 and a 5, you will get a 15. So 15 is the highest common factor. Okay, so we can write this. So we can write highest common factor of 270, 10395 equals 15, because 15 is the highest common factor. If you get this number here divided by 15, that will give you a whole number. So 15 is a factor. Now, if you get this number divided by 15, it will give you a whole number. So which means 15 is also a factor of this, and 15 is a common factor of the two, and 15 is the highest of the other two. Well, don't forget we had a 3 is a factor, 5 is a factor. Well, 15 is the highest common factor. Okay.